Hey, gorgeous. Welcome to season 2 of the Hormone Puzzle podcast. I'm your host, Coach Kayla Smith, CEO of the Hormone Puzzle Society, a women's health hub for fertility, hormones, and the business of coaching, creator of the Hormone Puzzle Method, an infertility warrior, 2-time boy mom, and women's health expert. This podcast is for women struggling with infertility, painful periods, terrible PMS, or really just any symptom of hormone imbalance that they are ready to eliminate for good. Tune in weekly as we interview amazing experts in the fields of women's health, breaking down those hormone walls, nerding out on nutrition, and having way too much fun. Whether you're beginning your journey or you've been struggling for years, we're going to finally help you put those pieces of your hormone puzzle back together so that you can get pregnant and eliminate those pesky symptoms for good. Are you ready? This season is packed with even more expert guests sharing groundbreaking knowledge, giving you that jolt of energy that you so desperately need, sending you lots of virtual hugs, and inspiring you to take your fertility into your own hands and make that baby. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now let's get started on your road to transformation. I am so excited to introduce you to today's guest. Eran Amir has more than 20 years of experience. He has worked as both a software development and product management executive in Israel and in the greater New York area. The development of GoStork combines his professional skill set with his personal mission. After undergoing a long, difficult, and costly process to expand his family via surrogacy, Eran vowed to help other intended parents avoid the complexity and confusion he experienced. His passion led him to create GoStork, which proudly names Eran's 2-year-old daughter as its co-founder. GoStork is the only place where intended parents can find, compare, and connect directly with egg donation and surrogacy agencies, and coming soon, IVF clinics. All in one easy-to-use platform, 100% free for the user. Let's welcome Eran to the show. Hey, Eran, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Kayla, for having me.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about yourself and your journey to parenthood.
Yeah, sure. I was a single gay guy in New York. I was about to turn 40, and I always wanted to have a family, and I said, if I'm not going to have a family until I'm 40, I'm going to start building one. So I was still single, and the day after my birthday, I decided I'm going to do surrogacy. So I started going online and asking friends and learning about the process of surrogacy and IVF and egg donation. And that's how I started. I finally, after weeks of research, I actually found a friend of a friend that went through surrogacy, and he recommended me his agency and his IVF clinic. And I decided to quit my research and just go with that. When you have recommendation of a friend, it's a lot. It gives you the confidence that if it was successful for them, it might be successful for me.
I love that. And you had a happy ending. I think you have a 2-year-old. Is that correct?
Yes, she's actually almost 2.5. Yes. It wasn't an easy journey at all. I mean, we had only one embryo left after 5 days. So it was very stressful. We had only one chance for a transfer, and it was successful. We call her the survivor because she was the only one who survived after 5 days, and she's my little angel.
I love that. I know I had my second one at 40 after years of unexplained infertility. So I know how stressful that can be and how you finally get those miracles and it's just like, oh my gosh, thank you, Lord.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
I love that. And so you have created a company called GoStork out of your own experience. So talk to me a little bit more about what that is and how it's helping to kind of pave the way in, the surrogacy and egg donation, that journey.
Yeah, I mean, my background is computer science. I studied that 20 years ago, and I was working in technology for all of my life. I was executive in technology companies. And when I went through surrogacy, I realized that there's a lot of problems in the process, and a lot of the problems are actually when you start the process. And when you start the process, you need to make really hard decisions, like which surrogacy agency you wanna work with, and which IVF clinic, and which egg donors you wanna work with. And you have to study all this material and find all this information. And I realized that really none of my friends went through that. So I had to research. Like I said, I started by researching for weeks, realizing that there's so much information out there, but not necessarily the information you need in order to make informative decision. So you actually have to call all the agencies or clinics and interview them over the phone and do your Excels and comparison offline. It's just overwhelming. And a lot of people are going to conferences, back in the days. So, I wanted to help other intended parents, and I knew what would be the solution to create the first fertility marketplace where intended parents can find, compare, and connect directly with fertility providers like surrogacy agencies, IVF clinics, eggs and sperm donors from different agencies. Because when I was looking for my egg donor, I had to sign up to 4 or 5 different agencies to find my egg donor, because they don't have a lot of egg donors. They have 100 or 200 egg donors.
Oh my goodness.
And you start the process with them, you pay them money, and just to realize you don't have the egg donor you're looking for. So I was like, why don't we put all the egg donors in one place? Today we have 10,000 egg donors in one place.
Wow, that's amazing.
From different agencies. Thank you. So you're definitely going to find your egg donor if you're looking for one, right? But then finding the information is not the only problem. Going through all the information and getting the right information, that was another problem for me. There was lack of transparency in the services, the experience, the costs involved in the process. So you would have to call them. They would send you PDFs of 20 pages with a lot of information that's going to confuse you. And then even after you get all that information, it's really hard to compare apples to apples between all these packages you get from these different agencies and clinics. So GoStork is helping also with that. GoStork is not just aggregation of data. The data that you're going to get there is the information you need in order to make informative decision. I ask hundreds of intended parents what's important to you when you're choosing a surrogacy agency or an egg donor or an IVF clinic. And I embedded all these questions as part of the profile of the provider. So you would see when the agency was founded, how many babies born through that agency, how long you're going to wait until you match with a surrogate, and a lot of information about how they screen their carriers and the people in the team. So, and how much it's going to cost you, right? Yeah. So I built this Excel spreadsheet with all the expenses that parents are paying for surrogacy or egg donation or IVF, a generic one. And now all the providers are putting their costs in that, in their profile, basically. So now you see all the information you need, all the services, the transparency that was lacking for me. You can see that right there in the platform. And I also mentioned that even after you get all that information, it's really hard to compare apples to apples. So now you can compare apples to apples because all the agencies have the same template of costs. You see the same information about each agency or clinic. And also you can see all the costs. And we built a comparison tool. So you can select like 1, 2, 3 IVF clinics and click compare. You'll see side by side a table that summarizes you all the information between these providers and what's the difference between them and financially difference with a breakdown. you'll see exactly the surrogacy process or the egg donor process with a breakdown, how much it's going to cost you.
Oh, I love that.
So we fix the find, we fix the compare and connect. We connect to the provider's calendars so you can see their availabilities and schedule a consultation call directly from the platform. And we also allow you to chat with them. So we built in-house chatting system that you can send them a message, ask them all the questions you have, and they can answer your questions. And when you're ready, you can schedule a consultation call right from the platform. 2 clicks, you have a call with them with a Zoom link in your calendar.
I love that. Oh my gosh, so helpful. And I can imagine before, this service was available, like you were saying, you had to research and look at different providers, and it was a lot of legwork on your part. So I think this is helping so many people. So what a great platform. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And just
we actually get a lot of great feedback from intended parents. We have thousands of intended parents already registered and using the platform and working with agencies. And so we get such a great feedback on the pain points that I was trying to solve. So it's great to see that working.
That's amazing. And it's always free for the user. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, we intended parents are already paying hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I didn't want to charge them more money. So all this platform is for free for intended parents to use, right? So if you're looking for an egg donor, you don't need to go through all the agencies. You can just go to GoStork and you'll find there an egg donor. If you're looking for a surrogacy agency and you want to know what's the difference between all these agencies, you can go to GoStork and you compare side by side. You'll see what's the difference between all these agencies. And if you're looking for IVF clinic, right, you can see all the IVF clinics there too.
I love that. And has the IVF clinic, is that launching in the new year? Is that correct? That part of the site?
Yes, correct. Okay. We're going to launch the IVF clinic pretty soon, in a month from now.
Okay. I love that. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So walk me through a little bit. I know we kind of touched on it, but so say I'm an intended parent and I'm looking for an egg donor or I'm looking for a surrogacy agency. What's kind of the steps I would take? Go to your platform and then kind of walk us through from there.
Yeah, you're basically going to go to GoStork.com. And over there, you're going to on the home page, you're going to see 3 buttons: search for egg donors, search for surrogacy agency, or search for IVF clinic. And then depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for egg donor, you start your journey there. And we ask you a few questions, the same questions that egg donor agency would ask you before they match you with an egg donor. So something like, what's your preferences for eye color or hair color, ethnicity, race, religion, height, like all these characteristics of an egg donor.
Gotcha.
And then we're going to show you the results that are matching what you're looking for. So we don't want to waste your time. I'm not going to show you egg donors that are not matching what you're looking for. If you're looking for a surrogacy agency, you can click on the searching for a surrogacy agency, and we ask you different questions about surrogacy. What's important to you in a surrogacy agency? Is it the cost? Is this the experience of the agency? Do you want to start right away? Maybe you don't want to wait for matching with a surrogate. So we're going to show you agencies that have surrogates available already. So we ask you a few questions about your surrogacy preferences, and then we're going to show you matching agencies for that matter. And the same with IVF clinics, right? So it depends what you're looking for. You want to do IUI, IVF, egg donation, third-party reproductive, anything. So we ask you a few questions, and then you're going to see IVF clinics that are matching that. And the platform is for everyone, right? It's for it's for straight couples that have infertility and they're looking for IVF clinic or maybe for an egg donor or a sperm donor. It can be for a gay couple that their only ways to do it through adoption or surrogacy. And it can be a single woman or a single guy. I started my journey as a single guy, and I needed an egg donor and a surrogate, and GoStork would be perfect to find all the information there.
Oh, I love that. So amazing. And I know that when you guys add in the IVF part, I know that's going to be such a helpful piece because I talk to people all day long. My clients, they're looking for clinics, they're researching, and it's just a lot. And they're already out anyways because they can't get pregnant. So Yeah, that would be a great service
Yeah,
to have.
we're super excited to launch the IVF clinics part at the beginning of the year. I have a lot of friends, straight couples that are, they struggle and they come to me. It's like, Eran, which IVF clinic should I go to? And I do the hard work manually and offline, but I'm excited to launch it at the beginning of the year.
Awesome. I love that. So do you have any advice for somebody starting this journey? Maybe they're whatever, if they're going for an egg donor or surrogacy agency, if they're straight, gay, single, married, what advice would you give them, starting out?
Well, there are a few of them. I would say when you're looking for advice, always starts with the people that are close to you, right? You want to start with your friends and family to ask if they went through that. You want to have a support system to help you through the process. Even if they haven't gone through the process and they cannot recommend you, you need them in your process. God knows, like surrogacy is just like a very emotional process, and just IVF itself.
Yeah.
I know I'm talking a lot about surrogacy, but it's IVF, it's egg donation, the whole process, it's ups and downs every day, and it's not easy. So you need your support system, you need your family around you and your friends to help you in your tough days. And obviously, the third thing is financially. You need to be ready financially for that. It's very expensive, unfortunately. And that's actually one of the things that GoStork is trying to help intended parents. Exposing all the costs and showing it upfront to intended parents to show them that there are also smaller agencies where they ask for less and they're more affordable. And it doesn't mean that they're less professionals, right? But I wanted to show intended parents that you don't have to pay $130,000 for surrogacy. Maybe you can find $90,000, $100,000. So to help intended parents to expose it, to show them that, hey, you can do it. So financial support, or financially, you have to be ready for that. IVF cycle itself is $15,000, just one cycle. And the average is 2-3 cycles. So even if you're just doing IVF, it's expensive.
Yeah.
So you have to be ready. So you have to be ready for that. And GoStork is also going to help you in the future to find companies that offers loans and grants. So it's not just to show you who are the providers, but how you can finance your journey. So that's another part that we're working on. There's so many companies that offer loans and grants. So I just want to put them all together in one place and connect intended parents directly to these companies to make it more affordable for them.
I love that. And that is a huge piece of it. The financial piece is, just as difficult as the getting pregnant piece. So yeah, I'm so happy that you guys are adding that in. I love it. So it definitely sounds like everybody listening needs to go to GoStork.com. If you're looking for egg donation, surrogacy in the spring, IVF clinics, I think everybody needs to go and check it out for sure, because it's going to help a lot of people.
And we also built an educational part of that. So we have a lot of research. We have a resource section and blog where we put a lot of information about the process, IVF process, egg donation process, and surrogacy process. Also the financial part of that, how to look for a surrogacy agency, how to look for an egg donor, what to look for in an IVF clinic. So if you are coming to GoStork.com and you don't know where to start, that would be a good place to start with some more information about the process and how to use the platform.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for being here. Do you have any final thoughts before we close?
No, I just want to say thank you for inviting me, and I hope that GoStork is going to help a lot of intended parents. This is our mission, to create transparency in the industry and to help intended parents to make their most important decision when they're starting building their family, right?
I love that. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. It's been an honor to talk to you, so I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Until next time, thanks for listening to the Hormone Puzzle Podcast. Bye. Hey, hang on just 1 second before you go. I want to make sure that you are aware of all of the amazing free resources that I have for you on my website at CoachKayla.com. From a fertility meal plan, a cycle syncing quick start guide, a holistic healing cookbook, as well as master classes, blog posts by me and some amazing experts in the fields of fertility, hormones, and nutrition. So many wonderful resources that will help you on your journey. And I wish there had been something like this when I was going through my 2 years of infertility, but there just wasn't. And so that's why I decided to create all of this for you. So make sure that you go and check it out and you take advantage of this plethora of support that I have provided for you. And spoiler alert, these were some of the same tricks and the same foods that I used to get myself pregnant, not once, but twice, even after my doctors said that I couldn't. So I know that these things work. Make sure you take advantage of that. And I cannot wait for you to be my next success story. So thanks, love. See you soon. Thanks for tuning in today to the Hormone Puzzle Podcast. Check out the show notes for today's episode at CoachKayla.com. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and leave a review. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next week.